Hello viewers, today we are taking a look at some boots from a company which, at least in the UK, seems to be relatively unknown, and that company is Garmont. I was looking for some boots which sort of didn't break the bank but seemed quite good for hiking, so I stumbled upon, well, I was recommended a website called Alpine Trek, who are not sponsoring this video, but I'll pop a link down to their website in the description. And I managed to stumble upon these amazing boots, which look amazing. Obviously I've not actually been able to try these on, so I'm hoping that the fit is okay. But they looked really good for a really good price in my size, so let's have a look. So these are the Garmont Lagorai GTX. So already from the name you can tell that they've got the Gore-Tex lining, which is something that I was very much looking for. Obviously I'm hiking in the UK, so there's rain around the corner at all times. I've not opened these yet myself, so let's get straight into it. So first look, quite a nice box, bit of a different opening from your sort of usual stuff. How to take care of your boots is on the lid inside, which is brilliant. It's always useful to have. And the boots themselves. Here we go. So the Garmont, what are they called again? Garmont Lagorai GTX in dark grey / dark yellow. Obviously mostly dark grey. Got our little Gore-Tex label there. And sort of suede material all around here on the heel. Everywhere suede, sort of leathery material. And more of a hard plasticky toe box, which I always appreciate, as I don't want to be stubbing my toe up a mountain. So the yellow, dark yellow, is just very much the accent. So we've got all the stitching around the top and the little shapes down here, as well as on the laces, which I think it actually looks quite well. It goes really well with this watch as well, which was not planned. So the other selling point of these, the Vibram sole. Looking at them online, this is a Vibram Winkler, which seems to be quite a well reviewed sole. It seems to be quite good. So I managed to pick these up for a very cheap price of around 70 quid, which was on sale. It seems like these were sort of end of line. When I saw them I thought, I've got to grab them. I didn't see any videos or reviews of these really, so which is obviously the sort of kind of risky thing. I'm hoping the fit is okay. I usually wear an 8, so I'll let you know how they fit. The sole feels really sticky and tacky, which I really like. Obviously that means that potentially they're not going to last as long as a sort of hard sole, but I prefer more grip. And then obviously I think these can be resoled, which is brilliant. We'll see what the Gore-Tex is like and everything. Obviously hopefully that holds up. I know a lot of boots, especially down the sort of cheaper side of things, Gore-Tex tends to fail a little bit, so we'll see. I'm planning on doing a further review in the future to see how they go down the line. So once I've uploaded that, I'll pop it in the description, so if you're looking for something where someone's worn these boots a little bit longer, whether these specific boots or Garmont in general, I'll pop that link in the description so you can check it out. So what I'm going to do now is just pop these on so you can, I'll let you know what the fit is like. So far the quality, the stitching is looks very nice. Let's see if the sole is removable. Yes it is. And it's essentially, well, your basic sole. was going to say it's got a bit of arch support, but that's not really, it's just contour of the shoe. It's not really, not sure if it's going to be any supportive, but we'll see. Yeah, looks good. Happy with how they look. I'm going to try these on, quickly show you indoors. I'm going to take the dog out for a walk in these just so we get first impressions on how they feel on the foot outside. It's very frosty at the moment in the UK, so check if they're warm enough. I'm pretty sure they will be with the lining. And then I'll check back in, let you know how these have gone. Yeah, see you in a sec. So I've just got these out the box. The one thing I didn't mention just before I get them on the feet, I always like to know what the sole flex is like, and these do seem on the firm side, which is something that I do want from my boots, because what I like is really good protection when I step on sharp rocks. So yeah, that's a positive for me, but I think it's a good thing to know that these are quite stiff at the moment. So we'll see what they're like over time, but that is a positive for me. First impressions on the feet. They fit quite narrow, but that's fine for me. I'm wearing sort of relatively thick sort of hiking socks. Well, they're not super thick, they're definitely thicker than your normal sort of everyday sock. But yeah, size 8 wise they seem spot on. I've got enough room for my toes. Then yeah, I'm not sure about the lock down on the heel yet, but there's probably a bit of adjustment still to be done, especially once they're worn in a little bit. I definitely think that these wouldn't be boots that you'd want to wear up a mountain out of the box, especially because of the stiff sole. But yeah, no, they feel nice and rugged whilst also being quite light. So let's go test them out on a dog walk and then get back to you after that and see how they fare. But yeah, fit is nice, I think. Yeah, happy with that fit. They say dark grey, but I think there's more light grey on them. But there you go, Garmont. Okay, so we're back from a short walk over frozen and terrain and tarmac. Just before I left, I just noticed this on the tag, so Garmont ADD, which actually tells you what this boot consists of, so it's quite cool to see. But yeah, you can read that. Actually, I'm not going to read every single one, but we've got differential ankle pads, precision lacing, and a roomy toe box, which it does definitely have. That's in English. Okay, so the things that I've noticed about these is that they definitely do need wearing in. So as I said earlier, definitely not an out of the box boot. They do need wearing in. These are the most ankle support I've ever had from a boot like this, which is a plus side. Quite a lot of sort of mid-cut boots at this price range tend to just be quite floppy, but they definitely provide you with ankle support, so that's one thing that I've noticed. They do run narrow, and yeah, I mean overall they do feel pretty good. I did feel felt good wearing them. The soles felt good. Obviously we sort of only really went over tarmac and frozen sort of grass and mud, so not too much of a test. We've not done anything going up or down, any sort of significant incline or decline. But yeah, they felt good, but definitely need wearing in. So as I said earlier, I'm planning on doing a sort of a more in-depth review after I've worn these for some time. I'm planning to do some Welsh mountains and hills and all sorts of stuff in these, so I'll probably capture some footage of that and also do a review, just so that you guys know what these are like after they've been worn for a bit. This sort of light grey leather is going to get nice and dirty very quickly, but that's alright. I don't mind a dirty boot really. Actually, I'll keep them nice and clean. One thing I didn't notice either is how high the Gore-Tex membrane goes. So it's about up to there, so it'll cover you for walking through fairly deep stuff. I wasn't able to test the waterproofness because it's icy and dry out there really. The other thing is sometimes you get a bit of a crinkle with sort of waterproof membranes when you walk in, but this one doesn't have that, so it seems pretty well made. The crinkle you're hearing there is from the newspaper below, but yeah, they seem to be okay in that regard. I don't hear any crunching when I'm stepping, just when I shouldn't be hearing crunching. So yeah, that's all good. Yeah, happy with that. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to pop them down in the comments. Subscribe for further reviews of outdoors stuff and general other things. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.